Mics, check. Music cued, check. Presenters ready. Well, 2 out of 3's not bad. This is TigerTails Radio.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to another delightful, delectable, and otherwise entertaining episode of TigerTails Radio. This is season 11, episode 44. I am TK. I am the arm that you can see waving.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, he's over
I am
there.
the hand. The hand.
Up there. That is him. He just goes.
Going downstairs.
Yeah.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah.
And on the sofa we have an Echo.
Hello, everybody.
And somewhere on the realms of the internet there should be a Xavier.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Mr. Xavier. How
Hello,
art thou?
Xavier.
Apparently he's dead. Okay.
Apparently so, yeah. So how is Xavier?
I was waiting for the YouTube feed to catch up to make sure. Yes, I was broadcasting, so yeah.
Okay, fair
Not
enough.
too bad.
Dear, dear, dear.
Jolly good.
Yes, welcome to our show. We are back for another episode. I still haven't yet given birth to kidney stones, but I'm not in pain anymore, which is nice.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
it's-
always a
that's an
bonus.
improvement.
Last couple of days I've not been on my meds and it's been fine, so this is good, which means we're going back to work tomorrow.
Yay!
Boo.
Never mind, it's all fun and games. But it also means I should be able to get the website updated after the show, which would be great, because, you know, we haven't updated it since last week. So,
Yay!
Good
because
idea.
I've gone, I'm going to type. No, I'm not. Make the occasional Twitter post, that's about it.
Yep.
And even then, it takes entirely too long to tweet.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, no, it's been good. It's been good. I've been enjoying my week off. Haven't really got up to too much mischief during it. Spent some time with Echo, spent some time here.
Yep.
And aside from that, not really done much else.
There's been lots of chilling time, hasn't
There
there?
has been lots of chilling time.
It's always good.
Well, when you're flying high as a kite on medication, it's always nice to chill.
Yes.
You know, relax a bit, so you're not kind of going, oh, I've got a million and one things I need to do, stress, stress, stress. Instead, it's just been, nah, I'm going to be lazy, I'm going to watch all of the YouTube, and I'm going to put my feet up, and I'm going to relax.
Yep.
And
Be
then,
high as a kite.
yeah, pretty
Well,
much.
of course. But at least he hasn't got dementia.
Yeah.
Yet.
Well, we say that, but we haven't really done much this week to note talking about, so
No, that's very true.
we've been out and about, you know, we did a little bit of shopping and stuff, but we haven't really done anything majorly exciting. I mean, I think
It's been more everyday life
it
stuff.
has. Yeah, and it's been relaxing everyday life stuff. I think one of the highlights of the
Yes.
week is that we cooked for heaters.
Yes.
Fajita.
Well, you say we did.
Yeah, I
you,
did.
You did. I
Yeah.
provided the ingredients in the kitchen, and you
Yeah.
provided the.
I provided
muscle.
the cooking.
Yes.
And that was a couple of nights ago. So that's probably been one of the highlights of our week, really, hasn't it? I
Yeah.
mean,
We've kind of been taking it in turns in cooking, haven't we? Because
We
I
have.
did.
you did the goulash,
Yeah. When was that? Was that Tuesday?
somewhere around there.
Yeah. Here is where the dementia comes in.
Yeah. Yeah, we've kind of had the same week, really. So in this review of the week, we're going to kind of share it because,
Might as
Yeah,
well.
you'll share the dementia, yeah.
yeah.
Yes, that's
I mean,
how
we
it
didn't
works,
really
right?
take a note of what day was what because,
Well, no, that's the trouble. Is that days all kind of run into one another when you're not working.
yeah. And so my usual tactic of finding out what day of the week it is by, you know, which episode of Hell Freezer's videos have I caught up with so far.
Yeah.
I haven't really needed that because I've been busy doing things. And when I say doing things, I mean taking pills and not doing much else. So
Yeah.
it's been good.
Yeah, it has. It has been
I
good.
could do with another couple of weeks of this.
Well, you could have done with the 7 that your doctor wanted to give you originally.
Yeah, when I first got my fit note, it was like, yeah, okay, and it's printed out, and so you'll be back. Oh wait, this isn't right. I was like, why? What's wrong? It's supposed to be for 7 days. Yeah, it's printed 7 weeks. I'll take it. You don't have to. You know, you can always put your name to it and sign it. That'd be great. I mean, work would be a bit annoyed, but screw that. I'll take it.
They'd get over it.
7 weeks. Yeah, I could live with that quite happily. I might actually catch up on all my projects by then.
Maybe.
Yes.
Probably not.
No. No, because you procrastinate as usual.
Like a fiend.
Yes.
Although I've got one set of projects out, and so that was my time off wasn't completely wasted.
No,
by
that's
chilling
true.
and being ill. When I stopped taking my meds, I was able to get stuff done, so it was all good. Yeah, all good.
Yep.
But yeah, so our week has been kind of, you know, entertaining in that. I mean, we did manage to capture a station
We did.
when we went and did some shopping. We
Yep.
attempted to rescue a PS3 from death. And it looks like we're going to need to get some different components for things, so that's an ongoing.
Is that the yellow light of death, or is that
No.
just general?
No video.
There's no video output. It seems to be exhibiting the same issues as of a yellow light of death, but without the yellow light of death.
Yeah.
Well, typically the yellow light of death is, everything's been bricked. Not no video output.
No,
not
whereas this
like
all
Furlough.
appears to be functioning normally, just without the video.
So
So,
we're going to try reflying some of the solder around the VDU and see if that helps at all.
yeah.
So it's not a
We'll
whole
fry it.
it's not
Yeah.
a whole thing in the oven jobby because that's just stupid.
Yeah.
This is going to be very localized because apparently Echo's dad's got a solder reflowing devicey thingy.
Yep.
Yeah, in technical terms.
Yes, yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
Well, we've done quite well actually. I suppose we could kind of just during our review of the week, we could kind of just go over some of the stuff we bought. So we bought.
Yeah.
So you bought a graphics card, didn't you,
Yep.
for your machine for a fiver?
I've got a new graphics card. It's here, yet to be installed.
Yep.
There it is, graphics card.
It's quite old, but
Yes.
it's better than nothing at all.
It's better than the
Like
onboard one.
quite old. Are we saying within the last century?
It's an
Oh yeah,
Asus graphics card. What is
Yeah.
it? It's a an EN210.
yeah.
Whatever the metric fuck that is.
Yeah. So potentially within the last 2 centuries.
I don't know.
But hopefully what it means is that the machine that you appear on will also
Yes.
be able to broadcast, well, I say broadcast, will be able to output 1080 video without falling over and dying.
Yeah,
That'd be an improvement. Yeah.
Because,
it's definitely a bonus.
as
isn't it?
people know, I've got a dual screen setup here. So on screen, my primary screen, I've got all the chats and the YouTube feed and everything so I can see what's going on. And the second screen is what provides all the pretty pictures. So if I was to fade over to the thing, there we go. And now if I wave my mouse into it, you should be able to see the mouse cursor running around on the screen. That is screen 2. And when I want to do HD video, I have to play it on the PS4 because this machine isn't quite powerful enough to play it with both screens enabled. So hopefully this little graphics card will be able to assist with that.
Indeed. I'm just trying to work out, see when it was that it was new.
And it's got HDMI out as well, which is nice.
Yes.
Yes.
So I can plug it straight into the video mixer.
Which is
always
handy.
a bonus.
Indeed.
It helpfully on their website doesn't say when it was from, but it's not new.
No, it's
by
not new by any stretch.
But it's
I mean, the fact it's a graphics card for a fiver, it's not new.
no. But the point is, it was a graphics card for a fiver, and so yeah. So we got that. I got a 500 gig Seagate
Hard disk.
hard drive. What else do we have? We've got the PS3, which might
Yep.
or might not come back to life.
It'd be nice if it does.
Yes,
But
it would.
If not, at least we now know how to disassemble, clean, and everything a PS3. A PS3
and
Slim.
Well, and a whole bunch of PS3 Slim spares as
Yes,
well.
we
which
got
is-
things for spares and repairs.
which is always good.
Yep.
Well, and it was only what, 15 quid, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, 15 quid.
So, you know,
So you can't really argue with that.
no,
I mean, considering we bought it knowing it was broken, it wasn't one of these where we bought it expecting it to work and it'd be duff.
no, that's it. No, we just,
we did buy it spares and repairs condition.
yeah.
So we knew what we were getting into.
Yep.
Oh, that wasn't too bad then.
No, indeed, certainly. What else have we bought? Well, today I bought myself a desktop scanner. Well,
Yeah.
I say bought, picked up because it was free.
Yeah.
A 9600 DPI HP desktop scanner, which does both slides, negatives, and photo scanning and
And OCR.
OCR. Yeah, yes, yeah.
A little unreliably, but it does OCR.
Well, I don't know, because the thing is, the OCR was all done computer based. So,
Oh, fair enough.
what was it that it came up with?
Something you probably couldn't repeat on air.
Probably shouldn't repeat on air. No.
Yeah.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah.
Well,
that.
well, it said it was it something to do with your please retain for your records.
Yes.
Is what it should have translated.
but records wasn't quite the right word.
No. It was a very non-PC word that it translated it to
Yes.
instead. That started RE and ended in DS,
Yeah.
but not records. So yeah, so that's been fun. What else?
To use the word in a different context, you would say it was the same word, although in a very different context. One would have for the retardation of fire.
Yes.
If you didn't want fire to spread, you needed something to retard the fire. That's the same word, just in a slightly more politically correct context.
Yes, indeed.
Asbestos. There we go.
I don't want to know what bestos is in your ass, thank you, Mr. Xavier.
So yeah, have we bought anything else? I think that's it, isn't it, at the moment?
Well, didn't we go to that shop that did all the end of line stuff?
Oh, that's right. Yes, we did. That was another thing we did on
That
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically it's called Rogers,
Insert your own joke here.
Yes, quite. And it is basically a warehouse that sells all after best before but not used by products. And we bought, what did we buy? A case of Fanta, a case of Oasis.
I bought some more noodles.
Yeah, you bought the case of were they pot noodles? They were super noodles,
Yeah.
but pot noodle variety.
Yep.
They're not students. Honestly, guys, these two are not actually students.
No, we're
They
just
are
frugal.
grown-ass adults who can afford proper meals.
We're frugal. That's all.
Yeah, but but this is
and
stuff
these
that
are snacks.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the drinks were. The thing was, I'd been saying to TK for a while that when we go off on our travels places, we always stop at services and buy bottles of drinks that are like, £1 or whatever. a
More like
bottle.
£3 a bottle, yeah.
Yeah, or some stupid amount per bottle. I was like, well, we could go somewhere like that, buy a case for £3 of each of the 2 different types of drinks that we will happily drink and others that travel with us will drink, and it'll have cost us £3 for the entire case of like 15 bottles.
Yeah, which we can then leave in the car.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like I bought 2 cases of the Nature Valley bars. They were the almond nut butter ones.
There.
Because I was like, well, they're good for just chucking in the glove box in the car as a snack for if I'm on the go. What else did we get?
Dementia.
Yeah, a little bit of dementia.
Yeah.
Nothing else really of any importance.
No.
There was a couple of other snacky things, but that was about it, really.
Yeah, I think that was it, wasn't it? So,
Yeah, there wasn't all that much we got.
No.
But a good selection of stuff.
Yeah. And definitely worth another visit at some
Oh,
point.
certainly.
And very, very, very cheap. Yeah, I mean, when you consider they were like £2 or £3 a case rather than
Yeah.
£2 or £3
Quid
a
a
box
bottle.
with some more bottle for
Yeah.
the drinks and snack stuff. So, we are doing the grown adult thing of preparation.
Yeah, and, doing things... we're not having to use coupons for anything, we're not doing the old granny thing. We're doing the adult thing of going looking for bargains and shit.
That's my job.
Coupon guy,
Yeah.
old granny echo.
I'm not an old
they're-
granny, I'm
they're
the
with no
bloody youngest one here.
Well, you're a very young granny then, aren't you?
What,
Okay.
just because I bake cakes and sew
And
and
use coupons.
use coupons, that does not make me an old granny.
Stay at home,
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently retired.
I know.
Do the garden.
Another
do-
phrase
do-
for retired
do
is put out to
interior
pasture.
decoration.
Yeah.
I updated the wiki for our site today as well.
Good
Oh
lord.
my god.
I know. Well, I was... Because, I thought today could be another theme after I spotted a Kotaku article celebrating the 19th year of the PlayStation 2. Because it was released today, 19 years ago in Japan.
Wow.
Yeah. It just happens to coincide with the show day. So I thought, well, we haven't had a kind of a celebration for a console in a while. Let's celebrate the PS2's birthday. And then I went reading on the wiki because I know we've celebrated the PS2 previously when you and me, Xavier, did our top 10 PlayStation 2 games. And so I went and dug that out to see, some of the games that were on there. It was a good selection. Not that it told me, and the picture that was linked to is now long gone because it was on the Picasa site and Picasa went bye.
Became Google Photos.
Indeed, so the URL's changed. I'll need to get that updated at some point. But then I noticed that the Gunjathon stuff wasn't updated, so I updated for the Gunjathon,
Oh.
and then realised that we haven't updated the wiki first since like season 8.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, we should probably get on that.
Probably ought to.
Yeah.
This is what you need your, PR person to do.
Yeah, I need staff.
Yeah.
I need staff who can update websites and keep all our social medias up to date
Yep.
and keep things like the archives up to date and the wiki
Especially
first up to date.
those who, have got the time, spend all their time at home,
Yeah, I wonder who that could be.
doing crochet. And
Do you know
sewing.
how busy you are when you're retired? Do you realise how busy being retired really is?
You were so busy that you cleaned my bathroom because you were bored
What time do you get up during the mornings?
at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, between 9
What
and
you,
10.
TK? 9 and 10. Uh-huh.
I do. Sometimes I don't get out of bed till like midday, but I wake up at 9, 10ish.
You heard it here first, folks.
Indeed.
TK's chagrin when he wants to be doing shit. Yes.
It's true.
Yeah, true.
Like, where are you, Echo? I'm just having a shower. You woke up when? You're leaving now? We're supposed to be at the thing 10 hours ago.
Well, I don't know. Well, yesterday I just collapsed on the sofa here. So
Yeah. Mind you, on Sunday, I missed my last bus, so I was on the sofa.
yeah,
At his place.
yeah.
On Saturday night, Sunday. And it was like, yeah, and then Sunday night, Monday, he slept on my sofa. So I was like, yeah, sofa swap.
Yep, pretty much. We are sofa surfing at each other's residences. Yes.
Despite the fact we
Even
only live
though-
down the road from each other.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Hey,
How about your week, Mr. Xavier?
My week, working week wasn't too bad. Manager was off on holiday, so there was a little bit of disorganized chaos, as there always is when a manager's on holiday. Volumes are about the same. People are now leaving to other departments. Trainees are now coming over. People have left whilst being in the middle of being quote-unquote sick. So that was an interesting experience. Hey, you're getting some new people to replace all the people at the left and have been sick, so technically you've not got anyone new.
You got the same number, but now they're all untrained. Yay!
Yay! Now they know nothing. In this case, brilliant. Will I have time to answer all of their questions? No, because we're changing that role. Thanks, guys. Thanks
Wonderful.
a lot.
Wonderful.
I'm not too worried. I'm going to fight for it anyway, because it's going to be literally a case of they're going to be asking me constantly what's going on and how to answer these questions and where to find stuff. And we're going back to being our own teams, not helping each other team out with workload, taking calls. Because apparently we got the people for the numbers and everything.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll see how that works.
Badly, as always.
Friday, day off. So I spent some time chillaxing, doing bits and pieces for my own project work. The weekend came round and we were expecting massive amounts of rain. Didn't happen. But it wasn't too bad. It was just a chillax weekend. Stayed in, relaxed with Jules. Rain overnight, every night so far, which has been a little bit of an annoyance, but yeah, not that bad. And then
Well,
day off
overnight's
today,
not so bad, is it?
as long as it doesn't wake you up. If
No,
it
that's
wakes you
true.
up, then it's a problem.
Yeah, that's true.
And then today, doing more project work, bits and pieces of recording and stuff for when I start editing again.
Yay.
This coming weekend, more project work, and then I think my next day off is towards the end of March, but that's when more stuff for the wedding will have to be sorted out, because we've still got a few bits and pieces that...
Fun times.
And even
Yeah.
even this far ahead.
Yep.
Well, it's June 29th, so
True.
it's about 3 to 4 months, depending on how you calculate it.
True.
Yeah.
And then immediately after your wedding, we go on holiday. Yay!
Yep.
All good fun. But
We,
yeah,
we,
that's
we
not...
would have gone on holiday a day earlier, but you had a wedding. Yay!
Oh, it's not my fault. We had to push it back to the 29th. Blame the council and all of their stuff. And you're
You're
the
just
ones-
lucky we love you.
Yes, I am.
And that will come to your wedding and instead of going on holiday.
Yep.
I appreciate that you all come to the wedding instead of going on holiday. Especially seeing as I'm asking you to help with things like, photos and
Taking
shit.
photos. I have a camera
Yeah.
for it as well now.
Indeed.
Yes, which is good.
Have you actually used it though?
It is here. I haven't had an occasion
It's
to use it
TK.
yet.
There's a camera in the home. He will undoubtedly have used it. You won't want to ask on what.
Ho ho.
Yeah.
I don't know, because apparently, according to him, he's sweet and innocent comparative to me.
Mahatma.
Yes,
Sorry.
he is.
Compared to you, Moira Hindley was sweet and innocent.
Really?
Yes.
Tom Brady was sweet and innocent.
Holy shit sticks.
Do you even know who Tom Brady is?
Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Well, the only Tom Brady I can think of is an American football player.
That's right.
Yeah.
Who was caught deflating balls.
Because Deflategate's a thing. Yes.
Yes, he was.
Well, I should imagine he was caught doing a lot of other things with balls as well, I should think.
No, and I think someone's projecting now. That's dead. So, was that your week then, Mr. Echo? Mr. Xavier?
That was my week. That's my week. It's going to be a shorter week this week because obviously day off, 3 days in, day off.
Yep.
But I am waiting because this is desk move over this Monday.
Oh.
I'm waiting to walk in to find, one, most of my equipment stolen, 2, most of the stuff not working properly, and 3, something inevitably wrong with my desk, which will drive me up the wall.
Naturally.
I can guess what 3 might be, but that's my own personal preference about the work colleagues that are being put next to me because they need assistance, and I need a hatchet.
Whereas tomorrow I need to ring up work and say, yeah, I've been off. I can't remember what time I'm due in. Can you let me know?
Now!
I think it's between 9 or half 9, one of the two. I think it's half 9, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm going to ring up and make sure.
At least it's easing you back in if it is.
They ease him a lot though at times, because it was the last time it was like, oh yeah, but you don't look well, we'll put you on.
I think I was on 9-5 when I went, so I might be on 10 o'clock shift actually, thinking about it. Because we've had another week come
phone
through.
him and find out.
That's my plan.
If they give you a phone call and say, why aren't you at work yet?
Yeah.
They don't call, they just expect you to, either call them or whatever.
And then they bludgeon you if you don't call.
Yeah, they throw the book at you.
As they should.
Indeed.
And I just had a look and I found out the release date of that GPU you've got.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, 12th of October 2009.
Oh, okay, so reasonably modern compared to
it's only
everything
10
else.
years old.
It's 10 years old.
Yeah, but to be fair though, that's not, in the grand scheme of things, for £5 is not bad.
No, it's not bad for running 10-year-old games. Yeah.
Well,
It's not there for running games.
no.
It's there for running video, because the current machine can't even do that.
Yeah.
It might be able to do that, Might be able to keep up.
No, not a chance. So what we'll do is we will go to the first song of the night.
Music.
Indeed, and since it is the PlayStation 2's birthday, I thought I'd make this a theme night, as one does. And so, with selections from Video Games Live, because I went all through YouTube's policies and they don't appear to say no, we can't have it, so we're going to give it a shot and see if we can get away with it. And so, since I now have 5 songs lined up, and they're all from PS2 games, as performed by Video Games Live. The first one we have on the list here is from Kingdom Hearts. And it is the lovely kind of orchestral melody thing that kicks into the original Kingdom Hearts, as performed by Video Games Live.
news, and a discussion topic. With this segment, Tiger Tales Radio surely spoils you. This is the news of the week.
Yep, that was Kingdom Hearts, as performed by Video Games Live.
Yay!
Yay!
I do like the Kingdom Hearts main theme.
So do I.
It's an interesting combination of very operatical stuff and then enough stuff in the background to flow into action and adventure. Kind of a heavy Square Enix influence, I want to say.
Yes.
Which is why some people were a little bit pissed that they didn't see any Square Enix influence in Kingdom Hearts 3. But that's another topic. So we'll start off with the sad news, and this will make some people feel old.
Yep.
Keith Flint from The Prodigy died aged 49.
I remember the Prodigy.
Yay! I remember The Prodigy. 49 isn't too far from me.
No, it's not.
No, it's not at all.
So this is the guy who was the singer from The Prodigy.
The
he
what?
was the guy who had the singer from The Prodigy.
That's not what you said the first time.
He
seem to
had
be struggling with the word prodigy.
fluorescent spiked hair. He sang lead vocals on both the band's #1 singles, which are probably the ones most people remember, Breathe and Firestarter. He was found dead at his home in Dunmow, Essex on Monday morning. The band, who are due to tour in the US in May, confirmed his death in a statement, remembering Flint as a true pioneer, innovator and legend.
It's going to make the tour a bit difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, just
Just
a bit.
a
I
smidge.
don't know if they would even do it. Lots of
You're quite quiet at the
tributes.
moment, Mr. Xavier. Have you moved away from your mic?
You think?
Let me.
Huh.
Is that any better?
Not really.
No, it might just be your side.
Yeah.
Oh, he had dyslexia. Started as a roofer,
Really?
then immersed himself in the acid house scene of the late 80s. Meeting Howlett at an open air rave. I'm assuming Howlett was the other guy in Prodigy. Yeah,
Prodigy. you mean.
DJ Prodigy. It doesn't say how he died. They just say he's found dead. Although they do bring up his drug problems. So, yeah, good old BBC. He's on drugs. How did he die? We don't know, but he was on drugs. Yeah, not being treated as suspicious, and a file will be prepared for the coroner. So not as much news as I thought, but it's a shame that he passed on. Making you feel even older, Luke
Okay.
Perry of Beverly Hills, 90210 and Riverdale dies at 52.
Is there any news this week where isn't someone's dead?
I did avoid the other one that I saw.
Oh God, who else?
I'd have to look back on the front page. So this is the guy
Today's
who
news.
wrote-
Everyone's dead.
feels
Welcome
like-
to the news.
Interestingly, according to, as much as you can't really trust Wikipedia, but that his bandmate Liam Howlett shared via Instagram that his death was via suicide, and the official band website went black with a simple announcement of his death by suicide later that day. So,
Yeah,
I mean, as I say, only as much as you can trust.
any edits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's an easier way to get out of touring the United States, surely.
Probably not really.
Well, we'll simply say that is something that has been said and not verified, and
Well,
leave it at that.
We'll put it that way, their own website does still say, it's with deepest shock and sadness we can confirm the death of our brother Keith Flint, who sadly took his own life over the weekend. We thank you for respecting the privacy of all concerned at this time. So, their own website specifically designates that it was suicide, so who knows?
Which is kind of crazy, seeing as if we've not seen anything official from the coroner, but okay.
Yeah.
Moving on from the death of Luke Perry, the death of the Sony Vita.
I thought that died a long time ago.
Yeah, it's made the BBC news. This is the
Aw.
scariest thing. So this is just an article talking in regards to the handheld console, how it struggled against rival devices, as well as there being a surge of popularity in mobile gaming, which was a big thing after the launch of the Vita, I will say, because Vita was everyone's gadget. The PSP was everyone's gadget. It was the thing that you had because of that lovely, gorgeous screen.
The Vita screen, especially on the first revision, that lovely OLED screen. Oh.
Yeah, it was a lovely screen. And the potential for all the stuff, I mean, the comic book stuff was what I really enjoyed it. Downloadable games, admittedly, proprietary hardware with the software on it, which meant that only these things could be put on it. And the first iterations in that lovely, clunky disk drive that they had.
You're thinking of the
UMDs.
PSP there.
Yeah.
I thought you said the Vita was the one that died.
Well, effectively, the Vita is the last of the line.
There's my Vita.
Yeah.
It
It rolled out with Uncharted Golden Abyss, Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, and Little Big Planet PS Vita, which is probably one of the best Sony rollouts launch titles lines I've seen in a while.
I'm trying to get it to reflect Echo's head, but it's easier said than done.
So in
head.
2015,
I found a red light somewhere.
in 2015, they announced, Sony that is, that they would stop making their own games for the Vita, deciding instead to focus on titles for the PS4 console. And in 2018, they said physical production of Vita games would cease, and then 2019 would be the final year the device was manufactured. And if you've been paying attention to our news, they are no longer on the PlayStation Store. You can no longer get PS Vita or PS3 games on the PlayStation Store.
Unless, of course, you use your PC, in which case you still can.
Yeah, and unless you've downloaded them already, so in which case, good, you've got them. So yeah, the fact that this made kind of the BBC thing is pretty cool. It does go on to talk about it being a home of indie developers as well, because I do know they eventually completely cracked open the Vita and started doing indie stuff on there. Ooh, so it's a shame it's gone bye-bye.
In fact, I've just fired up my Vita, and it's like, yeah, look. Not that anyone can actually see it, but there's loads of things on my home screen.
Yeah, it's like the last thing I've got, because this will change soon. Rogue Aces for PS4 and PS Vita, so that will disappear.
Well, don't forget March. We're now in March, and they're no longer doing PlayStation 3 or Vita games on the PSN, PS Plus.
Yeah,
Indeed.
it sucks. It really sucks. It's
It
like,
does.
Well, they've got to
backward compatibility.
yeah, but they've got to stop supporting their stuff somewhen. And
You say that.
what you like to hope is that they'll put more development into, you know, the current gen consoles.
You say that. But strangely enough, a large number of people go, oh, I want to play this really old game that I played 2 years ago. Where is it? Oh, wait, I don't own a physical copy. It's on my download device. Only I can't get it anymore because it's been removed. It's the big worry
thought
everyone
they
has
were-
with Steam.
They're staying on the store.
Yeah, I was gonna
it's
say, I
just- they're
thought-
just not giving away any new freebies.
They're not giving away any
Yeah, you won't be able to buy any more games or get any more freebies, but you'll still be
Yeah.
able to access all of your existing pre-purchased content.
So long as you've bought them, yes.
Yeah.
If you haven't bought them, you won't be able to. That's the big thing. But well, we'll see, because there's been the big demand for backwards compatibility and the consistency of it with the consoles. Losing out on everything on the Vita, everything on the PSP for those people who've never had one is a bit of a shame, especially if we're not looking at another handheld for ever. Yeah.
It's true.
Moving on. Chat.
Just before we
room
move on.
Stuff. Okay.
There's my PSP! In its little hard case. I got the Logitech hard case, and then I got the Logitech hard case printery thing and made an Initial D cover for it! Because I have Initial D on the PSP, and it's an awesome game.
Yes. But yeah, so chat room news. This is news about a chat room where you pay by the letter.
What? What?
Yep. You pay a cent, or in English money, 0.0075p per character for the messages they share to the community. And this was launched by Mark Kogelbrugel,
Beg your
his
pardon?
English name, who described the service as a social experiment. At the time of writing, there are about 100 people using it, and $335 have been spent so far. Most of the messages appear to be in Russian. There are also a few calling for subscribers to PewDiePie's YouTube channel in an ongoing rating. Dear me. So literally, it's you. You remember like the adverts you can get in like the free news stuff kind of style thing like that? It's kind of along like that. You pay for the letters, it goes up, and then everyone else can see it.
Fair
Which is
enough.
interesting for a chat room because it's like everything is then costing you, and there doesn't appear to be any moderation aside from the cost. So far, some of the stuff does look like spam. He initially created the expensive chat as a fun way to make some extra money, and he intended to keep the cash spent by users himself. However, he added that he thought the product had potential for celebrities and influencers to host chats with the money going to charity, or a lot of other aspects, because if it actually works, it'll be interesting. The guy also tweeted PayPal creator Elon Musk to ask if he would like to join the chat and split the profits.
Elon Musk was like, nope.
Well, he memes a lot, so you never know. It's interesting. I don't know if it would actually take off because text messages being what they were when mobile phones launched, the costing of them was a big issue, and it did put a lot of people off.
It was obscene, that's why.
Yeah, and then eventually when the cheap handsets came out and it was like 8 pence per text, or 10 pence per text, it was actually taking off a bit more, especially considering the pay-as-you-go. That was a few more messages than what it was at times. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if it gets out from being more than a social experiment, but yeah, we'll see. That's it, though, for the real news.
We need to play some more Soul Calibur Broken Destiny on the PSP and Vita. I enjoy that game. I enjoy the game a lot. I've just fired up both. I've got the UMD of Wipeout Pulse in here, which
Nice.
would explain why I've got the digital version of Wipeout Pulse on the Vita. Because I've also got Wipeout Pulse on the PlayStation TV, which is also Vita. So we can have 3-player races, which is always fun. And yeah, I've got Soul Calibur Broken Destiny because the PS Vita also plays PSP games. It was backwards compatible in that regard, which is awesome. And the PlayStation Portable also plays PS1 games. They're available on the PSN. And so I've got some of those on there as well. I was like, that's pretty sweet. And were there any PS1 games on the Vita? I can't remember. No, there was PlayStation Mobile that could cope with, that was it. Oh no, there was PS1 games. It does do PS1 games as well. Damn, I
Well,
forgot
you
how
had
good
the
the Vita
Final
was.
Fantasies. You had the Final Fantasies on there at one
Yeah.
point. So,
I've got Tekken 2 and Viv Ribbon on my Vita at the moment.
Hey.
And I've also got PlayStation Mobile games. Who remembers PlayStation Mobile?
Yeah, that was a thing that didn't go off at all.
It didn't, did it?
I was going to say, I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, no, that came and went. And so I was lucky to get some things for that. So I don't even think you can re-download that anymore.
Wow.
No, the PS app is clunky as fuck. And no,
I've got Papers, Please on the Vita.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because it's great because it uses the touchscreen. So instead of having to click and drag everything, you can just literally drag it with your finger. And oh god, it's immersive. It's still fucking hard as nails, but damn, it's immersive. And yeah, I've got Final Fantasy X, Mortal Kombat, PlayStation All Stars because somebody had to buy it. Cell Damage HD because that's great. Wipeout 2048, Rogue Legacy I've got on it.
Goodness.
Muramasa Rebirth, Borderlands 2, TXK. There's some great games in here. I forgot just how good the Vita was. And Geometry Wars, Dimensions.
Yeah,
But
it
is it
is a
really that
shame
good?
it's kind of been dropped
Yeah.
because
I mean-
it's not bad.
The only real downside was the memory cards in the Vita. They were proprietary to try and stop piracy, and pirates got through it anyway. Didn't stop them. But of course, the memory cards are feck-arsing expensive. But I need a new memory card because I want to put it into the PlayStation TV because at the moment it doesn't have one. Because there are lots of great Vita games out there, and I think that not being able to play them is doing it a disservice, poor little thing. I also probably need to get a video cable so I can actually output the Vita to the TV if there is such a thing.
Yeah, have luck with that. Even the E3 stuff when they were showing the Vita, it was like
It was
"It's the thing we
camcorder
were
over the
using."
shoulder.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
remember those.
thanks guys. That's encouraging us a lot, really, isn't it?
Yep, here it is. Well, it's a gorgeous screen though. Good excuse to show off the shiny, shiny, shiny screen.
Yes, indeed.
But
it
if
is.
that's
But
any of your
anyway,
real news, I think we should move on to the next song.
yes.
Indeed.
And so, from the legendary game Ico, we have Video Games Live performing Were You There?
distant hills wear a shroud of grey. A lonely breeze whispers in the trees, sole witness to history.
Fleeting memories rise from the shadows of my mind. Sing no more, endless corridors.
Say no more, hopeless warriors.
You were there. You were there. Am I forever dreaming? How to define the way I'm feeling? You were there. Countless visions, they haunt me in my sleep.
Though forgotten our promises we
Slaves to our destiny, I recall the melody. Sing no more, seasons wet with gold. Say no more, legends yet untold. You were happiness follows sorrow, only believing in tomorrow. You were there. Countless visions, they haunt me in my sleep. Never forgotten our promises we keep. The island bathes in the sun's bright rays. Distant hills wear a shroud of gray.
A lonely breeze whispers in the trees. So key to this mystery.
Now it's time for the latest gossip from the Silicon Grid. This is the gaming news.
Yep, it's that time of the show where Mr. Xavier then runs down all the bits of the gaming that's gone on in the world, in the gaming news. So, take it away, Mr. Xavier.
Yay, gaming news.
It's the bit I was told you'd be ready for about 20 seconds ago, remember?
No, just Discord's starting to bounce around again, so it's like,
Hey, Discord.
yeah. So we'll start with some bouncing around, I guess. There is the new Power Rangers game, Battle for the Grid, which has now had a trailer, which reveals Lord Drakon. So for those people who follow Power Rangers, there has indeed been a comic book which kind of follows on from some weird little projects that have been seen online. Now this was announced at the beginning of 2019. The information about this has been scarce, but they have revealed the villain from the universe, Lord Drakon, will be in the game. This is a much older and crueler version of Tommy Oliver from an alternate reality where he rules over Earth. and the Power Rangers Battle of the Grid take him on in order to prevent him from taking over alternate realities, I'm guessing. From the trailer that I've seen, from bits and pieces that I've seen, doesn't look too bad. We'll see him fighting the various Rangers, showing off some of the juggle strings, because this is kind of the fighter style in like Dragon Ball Z and things like that.
Fair enough.
It's going to be interesting. We will see how everything goes and if they get any more people from the original Power Rangers to get involved. Because they did get the guy who played Tommy to be in part of the live action trailer for this in the comic as well. So hopefully we'll see a bit of resurgence for that, because I don't mind Power Rangers stuff. It was good to watch all the many different seasons. Moving on, Activision news, and they are warning investors that layoffs may negatively impact business.
No shit.
No shit, Sherlock.
Now, from what we recall of the layoffs, that was mostly the PR side of things and the management side of things, although that wasn't 100% clear and 100% complete, considering Activision also has a habit of taking away studios. But they have warned their investors of potential adverse impact on the performance, which kind of ignores the let's put Diablo or mobile debacle.
Yeah, because that was a genius move, wasn't it?
Yep.
God.
So this is during the most recent earning call. The company announced it would be laying off roughly 8% of its staff, which amounted to hundreds of employees. This restructuring was meant to trim the sales for the months ahead, but it concedes in this filing that the move may not work
We done
as
goofed.
intended. They're after citing factors that are still shifting, like labour regulations and third-party negotiations. So in other words, they're still going to have to pay redundancy, folks. It also acknowledges more general uncertainty. Further, there can be no assurance that our business will be more efficient or effective than prior to implementation of the plan, or that additional restructuring plans will not be required on implementation. It's starting to sound like a lot of these large companies are having to really tighten the belts at the moment. Really tighten the belts, which makes it interesting to me about the whole, oh yeah, they're surviving on selling $60 games, oh, they shouldn't be charging microtransactions. If everyone's talking about tightening the belt, that doesn't sound like companies who are flush with money. So yeah, could be interesting in the next few years in the whole gaming region, especially seeing as several of the larger companies are doing things like we're not going to go to E3 because that costs a shit ton.
Yeah, I mean, Sony's not going to E3 this year, so if Activision don't go to E3 either, well, it's not
Activision, yeah, never do. It's BlizzCon that they do.
Oh, true, yeah. Mind you, BlizzCon's from Blizzard, isn't it? So now that
Yeah.
Blizzard split away, what are Activision going to do?
Well, BlizzCon is Activision's Blizzard. Activision is mostly the third-party stuff for like COD and things like that. The real question is, if they are losing that amount of money, what's going to happen to the franchises? They've already lost Bungie, and the split with that. So we'll have to see, because if everyone is tightening their belts, what's coming? That's
Winter.
the thing I don't
Winter
understand.
is
It's like,
coming.
Is it though? That's the question. Surely it can't be coming. Winter is already here.
yeah.
It's the winter of
I mean-
discontent.
With the energy industry, because that's my main body experience, we knew what was happening well in advance. We saw regulation coming in. We saw smaller companies coming in. We saw customer movement. And that's part of the reason why there were layoffs and things like that, because companies had to reduce profits somewhere reduce expenditure somewhere because costs were going up in other areas, because people were going, you're making too much money. I just don't know where in the gaming industry this is coming from, because even with like the sin tax in California, I think it was, or one of the other states, there's not that many people forcing them to pay more or have more costs. That's the thing. No one is forcing the costs up. But I don't know. We'll keep an eye on it and let you know. Going back to the 8-bit era,
Yay! I like that era.
there are new wireless Sega Genesis controllers from
Hello.
8-bit Do And apparently they perform as good as they look.
Yeah.
So this is, I thought I'd throw this in there because I knew TK would be thrilled.
Why does he have a Genesis?
Right. A, the Genesis is 16-bit, not 8-bit. B, the Genesis is the American Mega Drive.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So technically no, but
Yeah.
kind of yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
my Mega Drive I can adapt. And
Oh, right.
well, I wouldn't say no to a Genesis really. I mean, I haven't got any way of powering it. Well, actually, it was a 12-volt DC, wouldn't it? So yeah, probably could.
Yeah.
But it's got the faster crystal in it.
Yeah, so this would need a different telly. Potentially.
No, it wouldn't, because it just goes through the open source scan converter.
Yeah.
So that would cope with it quite nicely. No, it's putting my Mega Drive into 60 hertz mode. It's not true 60 hertz because the crystal on it isn't 60 hertz crystal. It's a 50 hertz crystal. So therefore, it's not quite right. And
It's
the
a
open source scan
fudge.
converter, it is a fudge, yes. And the open source scan converter, well, deals with it. It doesn't like it. And so, yeah, it kind of copes. But if I had a genuine American Mega Drive, then yeah, then I could do things and it would be better and nice
Yes.
and things.
Well, continuing on, this is the company that has brought a line of SN30 for the Super Nintendo as an alternative to the original SNES controllers. They come in the same form factor as the original 1919 design, barring any signal interference. They essentially feel the same in action, which is really impressive. And if you opt for the Bluetooth versions, you can translate that experience over to your PC or Nintendo Switch game. They also have Bluetooth adapters that let you use a range of controllers, including DualShock 4 on your Super Nintendo, which is got to be weird. So this is ahead of Analog's high-end Sega Genesis clone console, the Mega SG. 8-Bit Do has released a new line of Sega Genesis controllers and adapters, both available in black and white. The M30 controller sports a design distinct that's also more compact compared to the... How can you make it smaller? More compact to the Sega-made originals. In addition, the standard D-pad, 6 face buttons and start buttons. There's a shoulder button on each side. 3 buttons below the start button in the middle serve varying functions based on the device the controller is paired to. This includes enabling turbo functionality on the fly.
Yep.
Nice. Let's see. So the question of latency issues was brought up. Apparently, several people have said they've never skipped a beat compared to the wired, which is really impressive. I mean, this is quite significant because we play the old console game.
On that subject, actually, of new controllers, which company did you say was releasing those?
This is 8-Bit Do.
Okay, because Retrobit are also releasing new Mega Drive controllers, and they've actually partnered with Sega. So these are official Sega branded new Mega Drive controllers. They're in the original 6-button variety, which is the kind of second revision of Joypad, because the first revision just had the 3 buttons. So the second revision kind of had the 6 buttons, and that's the one I've got. And they're based on that. So they're all the same shape and size as my official 6-button control pad, with the Sega branding on them, which is nice. There are 2 varieties available. There is the standard black, and there is also a kind of semi-transparent crystal blue, which is quite cool. And not only are they releasing them for the Mega Drive, they are also releasing versions for the PC. So you get a Mega Drive joypad with a USB cord on the end. And they also contain extra buttons. They contain shoulder buttons as well. So you can actually have an 8-button joypad in the shape of a Sega Mega Drive pad, which makes things like fighting games and that much easier.
Yes.
Indeed. And so
it's a nice little thing.
and they're only $15 each for the
And they
Mega
would-
Drive ones.
And the PC ones would work quite well with a retro pie or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see. Echo's
So-
got a big grin on his face.
Moving on, especially after talking about the increasing in costs, and that from the previous article, Just Cause dev and founder and CEO is leaving. This is Christopher Sundberg, who has said he's not so fond of the constant gold-digging mentality of the industry. So this is the guy who developed Avalanche Studios,
Okay.
who did the Just Cause series. He's leaving the company after he started it 16 years ago. He announced the news on Twitter, confirming he'll officially exit the company at the end of April. He also served as Avalanche's chief creative officer. He was also the executive director on the first Just Cause, which was really cool, with a little bit sparse in the story, which has gone on to 3 sequels, and also oversaw other projects such as Mad Max, and the latest game, which is Rage 2, which is coming out in May. In a follow-up tweet, he has said he plans to take a little break from the gaming industry, but plans to return someday when I'm ready. Much like the guys from BioWare did. Yeah. He enjoys making games and playing them, but he did express one frustration about the gaming business. I love games, I love making them, I love playing them, not so fond of the constant gold-digging mentality of the industry, but I can still make a change and find a passion. It's weird how everyone's got this perception of gold-digging, and yet companies are still tightening their belts.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? The latest Call of Duty or whatever, sold massively, was huge, and yet still failed to meet expectations.
Yes, that's a statement that's been said in a lot of places, so I'm not entirely sure where the loss is. This is the thing, because we've got $60 games, we've got things selling pretty well compared to previous years. I mean, admittedly, it's not been the greatest of sellers like, say, Call of Duty 2 or Modern Warfare 2. Certain things you can point at and go, yeah, that's the thing that sold the best. But at the moment, investors, companies are looking at sales going, it's not enough. So I'm wondering why it's not enough. Is there more costs that we're not aware of? Is there stuff that investors know that we don't, that means that people are thinking the gaming industry is not something to invest in? Which is a worry for us who likes games, because if people
the
don't
gaming
invest
industry as a whole was worth more than the music and movie industries combined last year, so I don't think it's the gaming industry isn't to be invested in. I think what it might be is that as hardware gets more advanced, the expectations of the gaming public grow with it, and therefore if you aren't spending the money to make your game as gorgeous and as flawless as possible, then it's not going to be taken positively. I think...
Which is weird, because it's like, I don't care if it's, not 100% pristine. I know the reviewers do, and I know they'll sit there and go, oh, it looks like something from 2016. If it plays well, I don't care.
Yeah, but an awful lot of people,
You've slouched. Right, bring your microphone down with you.
Okay, I did a minute ago.
There you go.
And then I sat back up again. But the problem is, I think, is that people's expectations, the general expectation, rather than anything, is that they're not meeting that expectation.
Yeah, I mean, how many times in this generation, because I've heard it a few, have you heard the phrase, this looks like a PS3 game, or this looks like a 360 game, when talking about a modern game from the PS4 or Xbox One era?
Yep.
They do still bandy around those phrases, and in fact, even on the PS3, people were banding around the it looks like a PS2 game. So there's always the comparison to the previous generation.
Which never made sense when you played some of those games, because they were good. Because it's like, oh, Monster Hunter, whichever. This looks like something off a thing.
They're talking about the graphics.
Yeah, they talk about the graphics.
The fact that they've basically... We could, soup up the graphics because we've got more powerful hardware, but we've chosen not to for XYZ reasons. And now people are complaining that it looks like a previous generation game. Because people expect the shiniest of the shiny. If it's a AAA game, it needs to be so eye-gougingly glorious that your eyeballs bleed merely by the presence of the name.
Which is crazy, because it's where are these people? Because they're not the people I see talk about shit online, talk about stuff on the communities. They're not the people I watch on YouTube talking about games going, oh my god, pretty, it's exactly what I'm after. No, they want decent games. It's a reason why the Far Cry latest games are not brilliant compared to Far Cry 1 and Far Cry 2. It's why people get annoyed when Crysis, a game that was the benchmark of PCs back in the day, yes, it was gorgeous, story was non-existent. Crysis 2 had a bit more story. And yet, when people talk about wanting the shiny, we get situations like Final Fantasy VII Remake that may never happen.
Oh, it'll happen.
But we don't need it. We just need Final Fantasy VII.
I'm quite looking forward to the remake because I think the
Oh,
remake
the episodic $40 an episode game. Yes.
It's not been confirmed it's $40 an episode yet. So just shush on that regard. We'll wait and see.
Yeah,
it's episodic. But I think it might be what gets me into Final Fantasy VII properly because I can't get into the original at all. I got as far as Demon Door on the first one and just gave up because I wasn't quite leveled enough and there wasn't any way to back out. And I just didn't care to restart because I just hate the graphical style of it. Everything after that's come after it, things like Crisis Core and all that, they natural
Final
the graphical
Fantasy
style of it.
8 was the one after Final Fantasy
No,
VII,
I'm talking
not
about
Crisis Core.
I'm talking about in the 7 family.
Yes.
Final Fantasy 8, strangely enough, is not in the Final Fantasy 7 family. Odd that, but yes.
Isn't it just?
I know. So yeah, games like Crisis Core and the others like that, where they went a little bit more realistic with the graphics, not quite so. Here's a couple of triangles, we'll call it a character. Look, it's anime! No, it's just crap. It's like Lego Duplo.
PS1?
No, it's like Lego
PS1.
Duplo if it was made with... And you can't just say PS1 because Final Fantasy 8 came along and was infinitely better than Final Fantasy 7 in its stylings. Final Fantasy 7, its styling was entirely there by choice. And it was fucking awful. And it pulls me right out of the game all the time. Final Fantasy 8 came along and was much better. 9 came along and went back a bit more anime styly, but it was much better than 7. So, no, you cannot say, oh, it was the hardware, because obviously, no, it wasn't. And you can't say, oh, no, well, yeah, blah, 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 because they changed it later and made it better. And then you look at things like Advent Children, which is gorgeous to look at. And then you've got other things following on from that that took those character models and every kind of Final Fantasy VII related property we've seen since then has kind of based the character models on Advent Children's models. And it's been glorious. And so to have Final Fantasy VII using the Advent Children models, or variations thereof, I think might be the thing to get me into it. Because I won't be so distracted by its terrible visual stylings.
Oh dear.
Well, we'll see when it comes out and in what format it
Yeah.
eventually
Yeah,
is released.
PS5.
And we're already at gone 9:05 now, by the way.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
ranting. That's
Yeah.
that happens.
Lost track of time there. So what we'll do is we will play a quick song and then we will move into the realm of the lashings of Quip. Woohoo! And so far we've had some Kingdom Hearts, we've had some Ico. I think we need to go a little bit off the wall now. Change direction a bit, play a Capcom game. Let's get some more third parties in here. And so, it's Video Games Live once again, performing music from Okami.
listening to TigerTails Radio, giving Cards Against Humanity a run for its money. It's time for Quiplash.
Yep, it is Quiplash time, which means with the aid of Jackbox Gaming, we can, hopefully, I've got to press some buttons first.
Button,
Technical difficulty.
It's not technical difficulty. I have to do this between all of the Quiplashings. It's
All
just
of the button pressing.
Yeah, exactly. It's just common or standard button pressing magic before we can then go bloop and fade into Quiplash. And so your Quiplash code is VYOR. VYOR. This is Xavier's in. I should probably put this in the Quiplash box.
Yes.
Yes, probably a wise move. I meant to do it, but I didn't have a code until now, so...
Paste. There it is. And so we have Fancy Tree Fox, I'm a Bot, Echo, and me, TigerTails, in channel so far. Who will join? If you are watching on the YouTubes, then you will see that you just need to go to jackbox.tv and enter the room code of VYOR. Which will give a minute or two.
Indeed.
Now that the advert's gone out. Something I should have done during the song, but neglected to. Because I was busy pressing other buttons. I got buttons and things.
Oh no, how awful.
I know, right? Well, this is part of the fun of the job. I get to press all of the buttons. I get to press this button, which occasionally makes picture in picture. I don't like that one.
No?
Nah. I mean, picture in picture is fun and all, but I like doing this one. Because that way we get the overlay. And the overlay is far more fun.
Yeah, because then I can go boop, boop, boop. Or boop. Where is he? Now I have to try and work out how to position my hand so I can prod TK Tiger up there.
Stop prodding me. Stop it.
I can't, I don't think I can even reach myself.
Can I twat Echo?
Please.
Twat, 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 twat.
Ow.
Yeah, good twat Echo.
Mean. So mean.
Very mean. So, we could do a very quick game and then move on to another Jackbox game if we want. Should we have a quickie?
Yeah, go on. Why not?
I'm game for a quickie. Let's just put the main mode back on.
Yeah.
And send it over to Schmidty.
Welcome to Quiplash. I'm Schmitty, and I have nothing better to do right now. I can tell I'm about to learn a lot about each of you, and I'm at peace with that. This is round 1. 2 prompts will appear on your device, which you can answer in any clever or not clever way you want. Everyone will choose between your answer and someone else's, and decide who wins. You'll score points based on the percentage of people who prefer your answer. Have at it.
And so, now it's time where we go all quiet while we answer questions. Oh.
Oh, okay. That's how it's spelled. I'm thinking this is going to be a slow game.
Well, one of my researches for my answers may have just put us on a watch list.
Oh, great.
Thanks. It's not like we were already on there.
So, with 25 seconds on the actual clock, so about 15 by the time the YouTube audience hears this. 18, 17, 16,
Time's
15.
running out. Use a safety quip if you need it.
Counting! We can do counting! Come on!
Yeah, we can.
Get it in there!
4, 3. Either that or we have a random individual who's going... Oh no, they're in. Good, good. Because we have a random individual going, oh, I didn't want to be in that
Let's take a
game.
look.
Shit.
Starting things off, to be authentic, New York style pizza has to have lots and lots of blank.
So, to be authentic, New
Okay,
York style
vote for your
pizza
favorite.
has to have lots and lots of racism, accent and pollution, or have lots and lots of pastrami. Well, that was quick. And it's a 50-50 split.
Between the two of us.
Indeed. It's either going to be 50
Moving
splits
on.
or victories.
Assign your Roomba.
Pretty
maybe
much,
sentient.
considering the sample size we have.
So,
away.
assign your Roomba may be sentient.
Sentient!
Sentient. Ah.
Oh,
It
it's a
sneaks,
fat noise from you correcting someone else's pronunciation of something there, Xavier.
it sneaks into your bed at night and cuddles, or he doesn't vacuum your shit anymore. I should like to hope it doesn't, doesn't vacuum shit anyway.
It's a 50-50 split.
I think we're going to have a lot of those tonight.
Clearly you've not seen a Roomba
Your
tackle
next
catch
prompt is a terrible name for a
all
hotel
across
with
the
a blank
room.
inn.
So, a terrible name for a hotel is
voting time.
the Whorehouse Hotel, or the Whorehouse Inn, or the Colon Inn. I guess you know what you're getting with each of the answers. And it's another 50-50 split.
Oh dear. As we say, we're going to get lots of those tonight.
And next is
That's round
nickname
one.
Hitler gave to his mustache.
So,
Probably.
the nickname Hitler gave to his mustache, probably.
Okay, vote.
Mine, Itchy Kampf, or Steve.
So this is Echo versus Xavier.
Yeah, because you know that because of the two answers.
Yes, I do.
Because you know which ones the watch list was,
Yep.
and you know what his what Xavier's answer always is for a name. Why didn't he just rename himself Steve?
Because
Well,
that's not my
Steve
name.
did win it. 2-0.
Damn!
Is
No
this where
watch
I
list for us.
chant 2-0, 2-0?
That's round one. Let's take a look at the scores.
Shut up, Steve.
Oh, Xavier's going to be in the lead. Everyone else is going to be tied. Oh, no, Echo's at last, sorry. Tie is broken by those whose dad would win in a fight.
Round two is straight ahead, and that means all points are doubled.
So, okay, you need to score well to win back to get into the lead.
I think one answer is going to test people's actual knowledge over what it is.
While I like my answers, I don't think they're going to score.
I don't think I'm going to get anything in these rounds. I think I'm going to lose.
So, 30 seconds left on the clock. By the time you hear this, it'll probably be 20. So bear in mind. Oh, doesn't matter anyway.
Hey,
Frantic Tree Fox
rolled it.
is in.
Time for the big reveal. Starting us off, a job that doesn't exist, but surely would have the highest death rate if it did.
So, a job that doesn't exist but would surely have the highest death rate if it
Pick your
did.
favorite quip
We
now.
have school shooter instructor or real crash test dummy.
Now, if you're the school shooter instructor, you're the guy who stands behind the guy with the gun.
Yes, but these are children that are shooting.
So this is why you stand behind them.
And real crash test dummy wins at 2-0.
Which is interesting because I hate to say it, that was a real job.
It was.
Next one.
It's scary when you look shit up. Yeah, real people wearing cars crashing.
Wow. So, the
Ready,
hardest
set,
class
go.
you can take at Clown College. how to fit in those tiny cars, or getting in a car with all your relatives.
Well, surely the second one is just how to survive Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Yeah. I just said, how to make your face unique without insulting another clown. But
How to fit in those tiny cars wins it 2-0.
how to squeak a nose without actually squeaking a nose.
Okay, next one. A rejected
TK the
title
nose.
for Hitler's book, Mein Kampf.
So, a rejected title for Hitler's book Mein Kampf is Mein Itchy Kampf or The Art of the Deal. I see Mein Itchy Kampf is making a comeback.
Indeed.
And it
And
still
the game
loses.
is watching us, yes.
So now we're definitely on a watch list.
Yeah. The Art of the Deal wins it 2-0.
Next in line, an awkward thing to say to the naked
Double
guy
the
next
points.
to you on
So,
the bus.
an awkward thing to say to the naked guy
Time to vote.
next to you on the bus. Your cock is pretty damn tiny, mate. Or, excuse me, I need to get off here.
To which the naked guy says, yeah, go ahead. If you need to get off, just feel free.
Well, not necessarily. Just because he's naked doesn't mean to say that he just wants to, want to do it all the time.
And it's a 50-50 split.
To be blunt, saying, excuse me, I need to get off here is awkward, whether they're clothed or
Let's
not.
see those scores.
Is it?
Get out
it's
of the
like,
fucking way, peasant! That normally works.
Yeah.
It's like, I need you to move because you sat next to
Haha,
me.
I'm not in the bottom again.
I am
Haha.
last.
You
Oh,
are in the bottom
TK.
for a change.
But can I pull it back with round 3?
This is round
Probably.
3, the last lash. Everyone's taking aim.
4,000
at the same
points.
props
Yeah, I was going to say,
time.
this is where he gets his crown.
It's a comic lash. Pay attention to your device.
Finish the comic.
So, we have a coffin salesman. A gentleman who's looking to purchase says, so what's so great about this model? The seller... Oh, what does the seller say?
Yeah. Damn.
And I am in. So I got it in there nice and early.
Yeah,
I'm in.
this is going to be a low
All
scoring
right, we're
round.
ready.
You reckon?
It's round 3,
Yeah.
and you got 2 medals to award, a gold and a silver. Make your picks.
So, what's so great about this coffin? We have, it comes with a 3-year money-back guarantee. People are dying to buy it. Smart ass. It is resistant to nuclear radiation. Or the 60-inch LCD TV as standard.
LCD. Ugh.
Well, you're going to be dead, so... You're not going to be watching it.
Okay, let's bring out those medals. Silver. And finally, gold. Now we transform those medals into points.
Bloody hell, I'm in the bottom, it seems.
I won that round.
Yeah. Have you
thought-
clawed it back, though? That's the question.
That's the
Probably
end.
not.
Let's see the final scoreboard.
No.
You needed like 4,000
I
points.
needed way more than I had. But it was enough to get third. Fancy Tree Fox wins, then Xavier, then myself, and then Echo.
So who's Fancy Tree Fox, then?
Might be Zuki, because Zuki's watching.
Oh, that's true.
Hello, Zuki and channel. I do enjoy this game of Quick Flash. And that was a nice game of Quick Flash. It was a short one, but a nice one.
Indeed.
And so, what we'll do is we will... Should we set up for another quickie?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Let's go mad. Let's just pull back to the studio for a second. Boink. And then we can do this.
You have been disconnected.
You have. We all have. That's the way it works.
I have not.
Right, this is the bit where you two need to talk, remember?
Yeah. It said we just have
Yay.
complete silence.
Well, I hadn't realised TK would suddenly stop talking. I was expecting something a bit more like an explanation
Gotta
of what's
press
happening.
buttons!
in
Button
between
pressing.
the chaos that he's
Yeah.
Ah, you know.
Indeed.
like, well, and now we do the thing. Silence.
Yes. Now I press
the
buttons
thing?
and things.
What's going on?
Need you to fill while I do the thing. How long have we been doing this show? How long have we been playing Quiplash?
Not very long, clearly.
Obviously, no. This is only nearly the end of the second season in a row of doing this. You should know the drill by now. Well, let's bring the backing music away and bring up the lashings of Quip for round 2 of Quiplash.
Round 2.
With our code of Zulu Charlie Yankee November. Zulu Charlie Yankee November. Echoes in.
I am. Yes, I am indeed in. I'm surprised we've not had a Hedgie.
No, he's Judying, I think, so he's obviously busy.
Properly working.
Still lucky
Yes.
Xavier.
Oh,
Have you called yourself Penal Fart?
no.
No, you know who that is.
I've got a clue.
Yeah.
And see you just for the weekend.
Wait,
That's
what?
fine, yeah, just for the weekend. It's coming up.
A little way off it.
Oh, it's April time.
True.
We're in the beginning of March. Yeah, it's a little way.
See,
Yeah, it's not that far away at all. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in. Who is who?
yes, I yelled it at them.
I noticed.
Because yelling works well if you're a millennial.
Totally. And therefore I answered really helpfully.
Yeah. Because, well, that's because you're not a millennial.
You're talking into the wrong bit of your mic again.
I'm not talking into the wrong bit of my mic.
You are.
No.
I can see you.
Why? Where am I supposed to be talking then? In
That's
there?
fine, yeah, where you are now, yeah.
Oh, okay. So if I... Now I can talk into the right bit.
Yeah. Because you were talking into the tip of it again, and that doesn't work.
No, I wasn't. I was talking
Well,
into...
I can tell, I can hear it, I have ears.
Do you, though? That's the question.
If I didn't, I wouldn't be able to answer you.
Pardon?
Exactly. What's up? With all the people in that I think are going to come in, let's begin round 2 of the lashings of Quip.
Ooh.
And then after this, do you fancy a bit of trivia murder party?
Yeah, why not? Just for a change.
Yeah. Quiplash! Schmitty, take it away.
I'm Schmitty, and I don't know about you, but I feel like a game of Quiplash. Well, 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 everyone's on time for once. I think we all know who I mean. Let's begin.
Yeah, sure.
Here's round 1. The more people who vote for your answer, the better your score. Let's go.
And so it's now time to answer more questions.
Pardon me.
Oh. Right, I'm in, and we have an audience member. Hello, audience member. Maybe I should have waited a couple of moments longer. Never mind.
Maybe.
So we will do this little
Hit
bit.
the safety quit button if you
Have a
can't
nice
think
game
of
of Quiplash, then we'll play a song while I'm setting up some Trivia Murder Party.
Ooh.
Because we haven't Trivia Murder Party for ages.
No, we have not.
Oh, and See You Just for the Weekend is in.
Okay, moment of truth. First up, what a rich jerk drinks champagne out of.
So, what a rich jerk
Okay,
drinks
use your
champagne
device
out
to
of?
pick your favorite.
We have the Holy Grail, or the hollowed out Bad Dragon Dildo.
Well, it's never a dildo.
Never a dildo.
So there's a given on which answer it is going to be.
Steve.
Can't believe it's Never a Dildo has stuck around since season 4.
Yeah, but that's because the majority of the people involved have been around since well,
Season 4.
yeah.
And
And it's
ooh,
kind of a dildo.
not a dildo. It's the Holy Grail wins it 3-1.
Yeah.
Very nearly a Quiplash.
Indeed.
Next, the worst carnival attraction, the blank
So,
booth.
the worst carnival attraction, the
Vote now.
toothless blowjob booth or the naked Hedgesaurus booth?
Surely a toothless blowjob would be like the best booth at a carnival.
But it's going to be someone that's old,
Not necessarily. It could have been someone with their teeth knocked out.
I suppose.
Besides which, if they're in a box behind a screen that you can't see, does it really matter? It means they can't bite. Whereas a naked Hedgesaurus booth, nobody wants to see that.
Or imagine that.
But the toothless blowjob does win it. 3-1.
Indeed. So clearly not many people... So more people want naked Hedgesaurus than they want a toothless blowjob.
Next prompt. How does Adele come up with those great songs?
So, how does Adele come up with those
on your devices.
great songs? Does she steal them from better singers? Or she hires Ed Sheeran to write them?
Well,
Same question, same answer really.
Yes. Very much the same. One is factual and meme.
yes.
And she hires Ed Sheeran to write them. Wins 3-1.
Well.
Coming up next, a phrase nobody in the history of
So,
mankind
a phrase
has ever
nobody
uttered.
in the history of mankind has ever
They're
uttered.
voting.
Echo is good looking. Fuck off, that cunt. Or, I am a blue toffee waffle.
Well, so far-
let's see.
In recorded history now, we have Echo being the only person to have uttered that first one and the second one. So,
My boyfriend has uttered the first one, thank you very much.
has he ever said you're good looking though?
Well,
Were those
true.
exact words used? So, it's a 50-50 split.
Let's poke him with a stick, shall we, TK?
No, I mean, he could have said other things like highly attractive, hot, things like that.
And next,
But the phrase good
a
looking,
unique
did those
feature
exact
that
words
counts
ever
for
leave the lips?
So no, a unique feature in a couch for billionaires. Trapdoor for disposing of the gold diggers, or the chocolate fountain.
Why does a chocolate fountain have to be solely for billionaires?
And why is the chocolate fountain in a couch?
Oh, hell yeah, I'd have that.
Why? You're so messy, you get a
fountain?
sticky couch.
Hello? Who are you speaking to here? And the trapdoor for disposing of gold diggers wins it 3-1. Because you don't have to be a billionaire to have a chocolate fountain.
Indeed. No, just give you
that's
some
round
spirits,
one. Let's see how
apparently.
the scores shook out.
So, after that round, See You Just for the Weekend is maintaining their lead.
Yeah, and I'm in second, which is
Sage in last.
unusual.
I'm third,
Time for round two,
Beetle
where
Farts in fourth.
everything is worth 2 times as much as that silly round one.
and now it's time for round 2. So double points. This is the round to get Quiplashes on, folks.
Folks in the audience can try the audience play along while we wait for our players to finish.
Oh yeah, so the audience play along, we have an alternate use for a banana.
Golf club.
Would work.
There we go. And so, all 3 cast members are in. Don't forget, audience, you can play along with the alternate use for a banana. which we have... Huh? And everyone's in.
Cards on the table. Prompt number 1 is the name of a clothing store for jockeys.
So, the name for clothing store for jockeys,
Okay,
we have
loading time.
horsing
Pick your
around.
favorite.
or jock shop. Okay, Plantona Prowler. Jockeys being those little tiny horse-riding people. We can hear Jules in the background.
Indeed.
Yes.
She playing Quick Flash as well?
No, no. She's heading to bed.
She should play as well. Right, and so all the are in, and we have horsing around, winning it with a Quiplash,
Wow.
thus cementing their lead somewhat. So Super Quiplash, they're audience members.
Up next, the last thing you want to find in your cat's hairball.
So, the last thing you want to find in your cat's hairball. One or both of your bollocks. Or me, apparently.
Yeah. Do you want to find Echo in your cat's hairball? How big is your cat?
Tiger?
Yeah, I was
Lion?
going to say, some of the cats you've got round here, you know.
It's just it's going to be unusual to see Echo in a pussy, that's all.
I don't know about that.
When was the last time you were ever inside a cat?
Probably a while ago. I was feeding it some medication.
And Echo wins it with a Super Quiplash.
If only I did. But instead, no, Xavier wins with me, apparently.
Next in the hopper, the one thing Spider-Man's spider sense never warns him
So,
about.
the one thing Spider-Man's spider sense never warns him about is sudden rise in inflation rates or surprise sex. How can you have surprise sex when you've got that bodysuit on? Your knob would just ping off.
No, it's got holes in it. Strategically placed holes.
Well, that would rip the fabric.
No! It doesn't have strategically placed holes.
It's
Are
made.
you sure?
It's made of
Yes!
that. It's either lycra, which would rip every time you stretched.
But no, 'cause it could be like sewed round the holes.
Well, surprise sex does win it 3-1.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be fucking surprise sex if it warned him, would it?
Moving on, Wife Swap is a much better show than Blank Swap.
So, Wife Swap is a much better show than Used Condoms Swap or Sexy Cousin Swap.
I think I speak for everyone when I say ick. What, you'd rather go on Sexy Cousin Swap? No, I thought so. Your silence says it all. That's because you're from Texas.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, but then it would be, you know, wife, mother, sister.
But use condoms wins it 3-1.
Yep. You never know who those used
On the
condoms are
list,
with, do you?
Forget hamster balls. Modern hamsters get around in hamster blank.
If they're used, do you even want to know?
Ready, set, vote.
Probably not.
So, forget hamster balls. Modern hamsters get around in hamster nuclear submarines, or they get around in hamster BMWs.
I think definitely one clear winner answer there, on the basis that hamsters aren't all dicks.
Have you ever owned a hamster?
No.
Exactly. They're dicks.
Hamsters are dicks.
Oh, okay, so there is one clear answer then.
Yes, there is. And this is
2
why
o'clock in the morning, we're gonna dig in the plastic cage.
Yeah, I've never owned a hamster.
Hey,
It's
I'm
an
nocturnal.
interesting-
You're trying to sleep. Have fun with this.
That's all for round 2. Let's see where the points went.
And yeah, of course, BMW wins it 3-1.
And now I'm in the bottom.
I'm 4th. Penal Fart 3rd. Xavier 2nd. And that's for the weekend
We've made
is
it to
1st.
round 3, the last lash. Focus up because you're all answering the same prompt.
And it's another comic lash, so pay attention to your device again.
Finish writing this comic.
And so we're in a doctor's surgery. The patient is saying, is there a cheaper way to do this colonoscopy? The doctor replies,
Character limit! Like, I have a fantastic answer, but character limit...
Well, you've got 18 real-time seconds.
I'm already in, I'm fine.
Okay. Echo. Yeah, we're running out of time.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm sat here. I can watch the
7,
clock.
6, 5, 4, 3. Not that it matters, because I think we just didn't get in time.
No.
And here's what you did. Choose the medal-winning quips.
Right, so, is there a cheaper way to do this colonoscopy? We have the answers of hamsters, out back with the fire hose on my phone cam, well, I've got the number for a plumber, or, well, we could GoFundMe and live stream it. Ew, to all of them.
Well, I don't know. Fire hose
True,
wouldn't be so bad, I suppose.
NHS.
At least it'd be clean.
How about no? How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
Yes.
There's no data plumber.
Okay, everyone, let's see who got those medals.
Yes, he is.
Here's the silver. And gold. Great. Let me just turn those medals into points for you.
So, see you just for the weekend, nothing. Echo, 1,000. People Fart, 1,500. I'm about 2,000. And me, 2,500. But is that enough?
And we're finished. Show me those final scores.
Nowhere near. But Xavier does take the lead. Knocking just for the weekend. Sorry, see you just for the weekend into second. Never mind.
And once again, I lost.
And top up to the game, horsing around, and Echo. So Echo's horsing around.
Maybe I am.
Maybe he is.
Hmm.
But it does mean Xavier gets the crown for the closing credits.
Oh, excuse me.
You are hereby excused. That was fun. And yeah, some interesting interesting answers in that game. So, if Echo wants to stop slouching so we can get the camera back on him. Shuffle, 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 shuffle.
Yeah, crunch, 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 grind.
Grind, 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 grind.
There we go.
Good, good, good. Okay, in that case, let us bring the backing music back up and quit out of that. That was good. I enjoyed that game. So what we'll do is we will go to a song. He says. Set up the song. There we go. We will go to a song, and then we shall head over to some trivia murder party. What was that?
Me hiccuping.
That was a hiccup.
Yep, I'm really having fun with this one.
Yeah, I bet you are. So yes. So keeping on the PlayStation 2 theme. Oh, maybe we should just sit here listening to Xavier hiccup because that's far more interesting.
No.
So yes, as I was saying, keeping on with the PlayStation 2 theme because it is a celebration of the PlayStation 2's 19th birthday. That's right, it was first released on this day in the year 2000 in Japan. We are now going to go all the way to Video Games Live, playing a collection of tunes from Shadow of the Colossus. While we listen to Xavier hiccup.
Right on cue.
I know, right? This is... I'm not sure if I want to go to the song. Does Xavier hiccuping is... Okay, we'll go to a song so you can get a glass of water.
Yes.
now reached the audience participation portion of the show. It's game time.
Yep, it is time for the superb, the wonderful, the magnificent, the creepy, the spooktacular.
Bad
Trivia
pun
Murder
from
Party.
TK.
Oh, hush you. Got to readjust my levels. Yeah, it's Trivia Murder Party. So, without any further ado, let us turn off the backing music once again. Bye-bye, Quip. Bye-bye, Eternus. I love you. And bring it into the creepy zone. So yes, your room code for Trivia Murder Party is MLTY. Mike, Lima, Tango, Yankee.
Milty.
Milty, yes. Milty. Millet.
Milty.
Milty. And yes, for those who see you just for the weekend in the game of Quiplash, we shall see you at Just for the Weekend, for we will be there on the Saturday. We have day passes. We are going to pop down and say hi to the con and go, oh my god, it's in Bristol. It's like close and shit. We can go to this one. And
It's in Bristol. It's close and shit.
Well, it's closer than most of the rest of them.
yeah, certainly confuzzled all the way up in feckin' Birmingham over here. Godforsaken place that is. So
Well, it's bound to be raining up there.
naturally, it's always raining in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we thought we'll go to Just for the Weekend instead, because why not? So hopefully we might even see Cosmic there. That's kind of the plan. And say, hi Cosmic, we're here. We played your music, it was good. We might play it again soon.
Well, he's...
And maybe Cosmic has appeared in Trivia Murder Party. Might be Cosmic, might not be, I'm not sure. Maybe. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to catch up at Just for the Weekend and say hi, because that'd be nice. But I am going to give it another couple of moments just to see if there was anyone else, because we did get an audience member last time.
Indeed.
And so just make sure that they don't want to play, but just want to be audience members. That's fine. They can wait. But if they do want to join in,
Indeed.
I will give them the opportunity now. So I'm mentally counting down some seconds. So if you do want to play, just point your browser at jackbox.tv. Oh, Zuki's... oh no, Xavier Plays says hello. And says he's Pokemon 571. Hello. There's people chatting in the YouTube chat. It's amazing. But it do means I can't see it during the game.
Yeah.
I only see it now. So, is there anyone? Nope, it looks like everyone. So, in that case, let's press the button. Over to the host.
Wake up! Come on, wake up! Hey, welcome to Trivia Night! A gauntlet of pain and judgment. But don't worry, it's still a pretty chill night, you know? I'm going to ask you a bunch of trivia questions. If you get a question wrong, you have to fight for your life in one of my super fun mini-games. If you do badly in the minigame, I'll kill you. But don't worry, ghosts can still win the game. When one player is left alive, we'll go to the final round where the living and dead compete to see who can escape first. And you can always be in the audience. It's just as deadly. Does anyone listen to these tutorials? Who knows? Let's just play. First question.
And it's question time.
We have to protect the environment. We have to live here for a long time. Well, not you. You only have a few minutes, but you get my point. Which car company makes an electric vehicle called the Leaf?
So who makes the Leaf?
To answer the question.
Toyota, Hyundai, Nissan, or Kia?
And the correct answer is... Who got it right?
Everyone except Echo.
Which means only you.
Well,
I want to show you something.
have fun with the Wheel of Death.
It might not be the Wheel of Death.
It will.
Welcome to the killing floor. We're going to play...
It's chalices.
I've given a
Oh,
lot of
everyone
players
pick
a bit of poison
a chalice and poison
Pick a
it,
chalice
and
to put
if
your
Echo
poison
gets
in.
it wrong, he dies.
Oh god. I'm gonna die.
Right.
I've put my poison in.
Just don't pick number 5. You'll be fine so long as you don't pick number 5. Do not
Okay.
pick 5.
Now it's your turn to play. Pick a chalice to drink from.
Or Echo, pick a
Keep thinking I
chalice.
should get a sense.
You pick number
Good
5.
stuff. Now let's see what everyone drank. Huh. No one drank any poison. Wow, what were the odds? Don't answer that. I know the odds.
Echo survives.
Indeed.
And here's how everyone stacks up
I'm
early
just
in the
Paul.
game. But you're all number 1 to me. Here's another one. Though close was the guru of what art form?
Fucking clue.
Who the hell is that?
I haven't the foggiest. I've picked a random answer.
Who said this one?
I didn't.
Yay, I picked the right answer.
Come with me.
I know the Pokemon 571.
Welcome back to the killing floor. Let's see who's a wordsmith.
Math game?
Use letters
Words.
to spell the longest word you
Oh.
can before time runs out.
So we've got to spell a long
These letters
word.
from Highlights magazine.
And don't forget
Be
to
the
press
person with
submit.
the shortest word, or you'll regret
Yeah, that's
it.
always a trick.
Spell words now. The letters don't have to touch each other, and remember to press submit when you're done.
Hazard.
Xylophone.
Tragic.
I'm not sure I've spelled my word correctly.
You can
Noodle.
ing it. I think there's an N in there.
Let's see what
Ing.
you did there. I don't want to be a jerk about spelling, but you're really not giving me much of a choice. Life is pain.
Oh.
Wow.
Look, there
That
comes
was
a
a
time in
painful
every
death.
person's life when they die and become a ghost. And what's really spooky is that ghosts can still win the game. Death is not the end.
So, Pokemon 571, an early death, but not game out.
Welcome back to the scoreboard. The scoreboard is your friend.
You still answer questions.
Yep. And you can still win at the end of the game.
You can.
Yep.
Because all of us bar one will be
Problem
ghosts by the
feature
end.
supposed death of what literary character?
Except that one game.
The final problem
Oh my
featured
God.
the supposed death of which literary character?
Well, that's got to be
Literally.
pretty tricky, really.
Fucking hell.
I mean, it's got to be either... It's got to be Superman,
And
doesn't
the
it?
correct answer is this
No,
one.
it's Sherlock Holmes.
Very good.
We all got it, because we're all good.
Next question.
I just guessed.
InGen was the evil company in what film franchise?
Jesus.
Oh,
Oh
bloody
my
hell.
God.
I have no idea.
I've clicked the wrong one. No. Balls. I clicked the wrong one because I was too quick.
Because you knew it and you were too eager.
Yes.
I don't
It's
actually
really-
remember.
I do, and it's annoying.
Oh, bugger.
Bollocks.
None of us got it right. We all suck.
All of the
Let's go
bollocks.
someplace fun.
It's like
So,
Sky.
Pokemon 571, congratulations,
Let's
you get to
test
sit
your
out.
Because you're already
Memorize the
there.
pattern.
Oh, it's patterns.
Yeah.
All right, let's put these away.
I hate
Let's
patterns.
just take a moment or two for that information to slowly drift out your short-term memory. A little time for you to forget what the things were, what the colors were. A little
Oh,
time for you
dear.
to mess up, basically. From left to right, what was the order of the colors? And for last place, I've got something you won't forget. Death. Which I guess you would forget, because you're dead.
Pretty sure I'm dead.
I'm reasonably confident because colours was what I was trying to
How
remember.
did you do? It looks like you forgot what was at stake.
Echo didn't make it.
Nope, I've died.
Oh,
Everyone else survived.
one out. One out.
It was a very close round.
Okay, let's take a short break. Now, I don't want to make this awkward, but I've
Well,
been
there's just
dabbling in
3 of
making
us.
my
A
own candles,
live-o
and,
still going.
You know, if you want to purchase some, then... Ah, I made it awkward. Okay, forget it. Forget I said anything.
Next question.
Alright, next question. What is the title of Amy Poehler's memoir?
I do not get some of these bloody questions.
Who
It's
picked
like, how would you
this?
even know this trivia?
Well, you're the only one who did, so
Those
shush.
of you who are still alive, I have a surprise for you. I think it's time for some senseless violence. You can attack someone else. You can defend yourself.
Oh, grab the money.
Grab some
Just
money.
grab the money.
And if no one gets hurt, I'll still punish someone. So make sure someone gets hurt. The important thing is that you do your best. Oh, and that you kill someone. Yeah, that is probably the most important thing.
Was this different?
Yeah. Attack, defend, or grab the money.
I always thought it was grab the money or don't grab the money. Is this different?
Yeah, it's a different one. Running out of time,
Your
Cosmic?
choice of not making a choice
Grab
is
the money.
a bad choice.
The choice of not making a choice is a bad choice.
You did nothing. That just won't do. You can check out a full breakdown of my tiebreaker rules over on my website. Also, my charcoal sketches. They're, pretty terrifying.
I lived.
I've got more questions
I'm
for
not sure how,
you.
but I lived.
Al Jazeera is
Indeed.
broadcast from what country?
The moon.
Question 6. Fuck.
Al Jazeera is broadcast from what country?
Who picked this one?
Damn it.
Prepare for your punishment.
Now it's Wheel of Death.
Let's play the
Oh,
Fingers
let's play this
game.
game.
Turn to
Fingers
oh,
are
wow.
overrated,
They want you to
right?
stay into
Just
7
choose
questions.
One of your fingers to cut off. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Make with the cutting already. Ah! Thanks for the finger.
I like my finger.
Sure you do.
Oh, my finger sold online. Awesome. I got some money out of it.
Alright, next question. What Bravo reality show features Jax, Sheena, and Ariana?
Fuck knows.
Haven't got a clue. Total guesswork.
And the correct answer is... this one?
Bother.
Everyone is wrong. Let's play a game.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this big
Let's see.
enticing pile of cash just sitting
Oh,
here.
it's the cash
Here's how
one.
this is going to work. If no
Up
one
the
takes
money.
the money, no one dies. But if you do take the money, I'll kill everyone who didn't. There's one catch. If you all take the money, then you all die. Don't be shy. Talk it out. And now,
No,
the
that needs
moment
talking
of
out.
truth. Wow. You're gonna have to live with what you've done. But you get to live. Aww. I'm gonna enjoy this.
And so Xavier takes the money,
Yep.
which would be what I would do. But then if we both take the money, we both die. And we're the last 2 alive players. So I thought,
Only one
that's
player
going to make
left
the end game
alive.
really awkward.
Just how I like
Because
it.
it game overs at that point.
Yes.
Glad to see you've made it here alive. But can
It
you
does mean I
escape
get a
with your
substantial
body?
lead for my poxy 2 questions
I'm going to
around,
give you a
Yep.
category.
which is not enough.
Justin Bieber tattoos.
Alright.
Tap on each answer that fits, then press. Let's see the right answers. You move forward 1 space for every correct answer. You're getting real close to the exit. Oh, did I mention that all the other ghosts get to play too? If a ghost catches up to you, then they will steal your body. then they can escape and win the game. Here's everyone's next question.
Not enough of a
And Ghost
lead.
get a third choice to help them catch up to you.
I don't know, but I do know in this round the volume gets ever louder.
Yeah.
So at some point I will be turning it down slightly.
Oh, will you? Ooh.
Oh, bugger.
Here's another one. Academy Award for Best Original Song.
Oh, crap.
Well.
Yeah, I got all of them. Cosmic's catching you up? Or maybe Cosmic is catching you up there.
You should be.
Yeah, because it's just not enough of a lead.
Foods you can eat on the paleo diet.
What the hell is the paleo diet?
No clue.
Haven't the foggiest. Or do I? I'm lying.
Have you seen your gut?
Hey, just because I know about a diet doesn't mean I subscribe to it.
I suppose. Well, that's your kind of diet.
And no, I did not know because I got that completely backwards.
Yeah, but that's your kind of diet. It's got bacon in.
Yeah.
Girl Scout cookies.
What the hell is the second one?
That's what you get if you make sticky Girl Scout cookies.
Pokemon 571 and myself are looking awfully dicey.
Yes, indeed. You are, rather.
Oh, bugger.
Although so am I as well.
Girl suffering awaits.
Pokemon 571 is out.
Western African countries.
Blink, blink, blink.
Probably totally wrong.
Oh, bugger.
Bollocks.
I'm out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We're out of here. Egyptian gods.
Oh, I know this one. Typical.
Great that I did Egyptian stuff in history. Well, technically not history, but
Get
Bollocks.
it? You did well.
I'm gonna be gone, aren't I? Oh no.
Here comes the
Yeah,
next
maybe, almost.
Bone Thugs and Harmony members.
Yeah, I've no idea on that one.
Not sure. All of them. Yeah, maybe not then.
Cosmic is right catching.
I am not surprised.
It's between Xavier and Cosmic here.
Yeah.
And it's Ben Jerry's flavors.
Oh. He's going to be tied,
Bollocks.
if not in the lead.
I've gone. Bye-bye.
So sad.
No, no one got.
No, Simple Machines.
I don't know what the third one is. Oh crap! That's not fair.
So it is now literally between Xavier and Cox. And Cosmic has stolen life. All Cosmic needs to do is get one answer correct to win.
Yes,
And it's
'cause of
Weird
the-
Al Yankovic songs, which I think may be a specialist subject for him. And
He only needs to
maybe
get-
Cosmic is the victor. Maybe Cosmic lives. Search party humiliated. So let's go through the obituaries. So first in the obituary list we have I am a bot, or Xavier. Cause of death, lost life force. Next we have Echo. Cause of death, didn't have the best memory. Next we have
Yeah.
TK Tiger. Cause of death, suckered into not taking money. And Pokemon 571. Cause of death, couldn't measure up word-wise.
Yours actually sounds legitimate.
Cosmic, maybe Cosmic is the survivor with 11,267 American dollars.
Wow.
And on that gloomy and depressive note, let's bring it back to the studio.
Because everybody dies.
Yes, they
Except
do.
maybe Cosmic,
Yes.
who lived.
Indeed, Cosmic did live.
I enjoyed that game. We haven't played Trivia Murder Party in awesome. Cosmic's like, okay, I suck at that game. I'm always behind. How did that happen?
It's the mechanics of that game.
And you came
Congratulations!
Yeah, and you came out with it with a lot of dollars as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're alive, you have to answer everything right because the guys catching up gets the extra question, and it's astounding how much advantage that gives you.
It was right at the end, though. It was right at the end. I mean, that final question was definitely, definitely kind
annoying.
of built for Cosmic's kind of discuss it there, because I think,
Yep.
if I recall correctly, and Cosmic can correct me in channel if I'm wrong here, but I think Weird Al was one of his kind of inspirations, or at least artists that he enjoys. And so that was going to be a dead cert win on that regard. And Cosmic says, can't wait to see you on the Saturday of Just for the Weekend. Yep, because we'll be there. We'll be on the first walk late morning, but then there's the rest of the day. Yes, so we'll be travelling up there in the morning. So we shall hopefully aim to get there kind of mid-morning-ish, late morning,
Yeah.
and then enjoy the rest of the Saturday before boodling off home. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see you. And so let's go back to the YouTube feed as well, just so I can see what YouTube's up to. Yeah. And Xavier Plays says, I know his songs, I love Weird Al. Good song parodies. Yes, yes they were.
Going, isn't he?
Yeah, I do believe so. I don't know if he's put anything out recently, but yeah, I do believe he's still going. But let's have a quick piece of music now. And then we can see if there's anything for done and dusted. Well, actually there is. There is a little thing I want to talk about. And then we can go from there.
Indeed.
Because we're overrunning.
Well,
Yay!
it's going to be an overrunning show. Why not?
Yes.
It's not like we've got anything to rush off to this time of night. So
No, indeed.
let's play the next song. And so our final song of the night, continuing with the PlayStation 2 theme. Now, I remember when we did PlayStation 2 games previously on this show, many seasons ago. I think it was like back season 5, I think, or season 4. We did our top 10 of Final Fantasy 2 games. Final Fantasy 2? Top 10 PlayStation 2 games. Of which both myself and Xavier, completely independently of each other, picked Final Fantasy X as our favourite game on the PS2. Now, do you still think that stands for you there, Pete? Do you reckon it's still Final Fantasy 7? Final Fantasy
I would put
X?
10 out there because it improved vastly on 7, 8, and 9. The music was really good, and it included a lot of the after bits that I know a lot of fans of the series liked, being able to go the dark summons and things like
Yeah,
that
do the
if you
dark
really
items,
were
yeah.
interested. Not that those fights were easy if you didn't realise about it.
I liked
But
the fact it was turn-based as opposed to the active time battle, which previous ones
Yeah.
have been. And having it turn-based allowed you to strategize a lot better, which I really enjoyed. And I thoroughly enjoyed grinding. I spent 20 hours in the Thunderplane on my first playthrough, and 20 hours in the Forests of Macalania. So I really enjoyed 10. And so that's what I've been enjoying when it came on the PS3, and on the PS Vita, and on PS4 now as well, which I might get a copy of as well. So yes, now when you first start the game, you're presented with a screen which you see a bit later on, and it's the guys around a campfire at Zanarkand, and it's that we have performed by Video Games Live. We have the song At Zanarkand from Final Fantasy X.
that time where the cast of Tiger Tales Radio review stuff badly. This is Done and Dusted.
Yep, this is Done and Dusted. This is the part of the show where we talk about things that we have seen, touched, tasted, enjoyed, and otherwise just allowed to generally entertain us.
Yes.
Because we do like a nice bit of Done and Dusted. So, Mr. Xavier, do you have anything?
Not this week. Maybe next week.
Mr. Echo, do you have anything?
No, not really.
Oh, good, because I do. And so, I think, if you remember last week's gaming news, you may remember something that I was quite excited about.
Germano?
That'll be it. In fact, if you look at the screen now, there it is. It's sat in my collection, nestled alongside Kingdom Hearts 3, Rocket League and Soul Calibur and Sonic Mania. But yes, ToeJam&Earl Back in the Groove has been released. And it is available now on the PlayStation, the Switch, I believe the Xbox One as well, and the PC via Steam. And it is a truly magnificent return to form for the two very 90s rapping aliens. You okay there, Echo? You going to propose a toast?
Maybe.
I'm trying to get our attention with your glass there. But yes. ToeJam&Earl, for those of you who don't know, is a game that originally came out on the Mega Drive many moons ago, or the Genesis, if you are of that persuasion. And it involved two aliens who crash landed on Earth, had to walk around, find pieces of their rocket ship before jetting off back to their planet Funkatron. Then there was a sequel, which was a side-scrolling platform game type thing, before a second sequel, which appeared on the Xbox. The fourth game then relied on Kickstarter to get going, and so with the aid of Kickstarter, ToeJam&Earl Back in the Groove has now been released. For a little while it was going to be published by Adult Swim Games, but then they went back to being indie published by Human Nature Studios, who, if you remember, also released Doki Doki Panic back in the day. If you remember that game, Pete.
That's a while back, but
Yep.
just
I
about.
remember you played that for a little while. So yeah, made by the same guys. In fact, they actually ToeJam&Earl very nearly made a cameo in that game.
Ooh.
But yeah, and so with the aid of Kickstarter, they've released Back to the Groove, and it is a true return to the original. ToeJam&Earl have ended up back on Earth with their two girlfriends, Letitia and Leonetta, and now they must go around the many levels of Earth, picking up pieces of their spaceship. It's not theirs, actually. It is Letitia's brother's, and so they can repair everything and get back to Funkatron. And it's brilliant. It is really brilliant. If you enjoyed the original, then you will love this, because it plays very similarly to the original. I find it a little bit easier than the original in terms of getting around to things, because everyone's a little bit quicker. There are multiple characters to choose from. It supports online 4-player split screen, local 2-player split screen. I think they're working on getting 4-player local co-op as well, which would be even more fun. And you can choose to set yourself to be like the original or to be dynamic for your split screening.
Ooh.
So whoever is at the top of the screen will have the top half, whoever's at the bottom of the screen will have the bottom half if you set it dynamically, or if you set it to fixed, whoever's ToeJam will be one half and whoever's Earl will be on the bottom half, or whichever characters you choose. Now, and it is literally the case of you walk around planet Earth picking up presents and eating food to regain your health, collecting money where possible. And it incorporates elements of ToeJam&Earl's 1 and 2, with maybe a smattering of 3, though I never played 3, so I wouldn't know those elements if I saw them. But with ToeJam&Earl 1, it was just walk around collecting presents, use them to try and avoid Earthlings and help yourself get your rocket ship pieces. ToeJam&Earl 2 introduced things like the Hyperfunk Zone, which makes a return, and it also introduced elements of searching behind trees and things to get extra presents, bonuses, or even some things that can hamper your progress. There is a massive instruction manual built into the game, where you can check out what all the presents do, what all the Earthlings are like, how dangerous they are. Some Earthlings are there to benefit you. They will help identify presents, because obviously presents are a mystery when you first pick them up. But every present of the same type will have the same kind of graphic to it. Unless, of course, you find a randomizer, which then re-randomizes everything. Because, they don't suck at all. Now, if you're not sure what the original is like, you can head over to TigerTails Gaming, where myself and Xavier have actually played ToeJam&Earl. And the episodes are releasing every Thursday at about 7 o'clock UK time. So you can pop over and see what ToeJam&Earl is like, to see if you would like that, but with updated graphics and, modern gaming sensibilities. For instance, the map is now permanently displayed on screen in single player mode. I haven't yet been able to play multiplayer mode, so I don't know if it's going to be on permanently on that as well. But it's permanently on the screen.
not.
If you so choose it, you can turn it off and just have it toggleable, so it can come up when you need it. And there's a little icon at the top of the screen next to the level number indicator that tells you if there is a rocket ship piece on this level, so you don't have to keep going through menus to find out if there is a piece of the rocket ship available. But it does also mean that there's no hint thing to make it painfully obvious that there is a ship piece, so you do have to be on your guard with that. There are new humans, there are now internet trolls, some of the previous Earthlings have returned. For instance, the moles are back, as are the Icaruses, and as are the Hula Ladies. Others to make a welcome return are the Carrot Man, who will identify presents for you for a fee, the Viking Lady, who will kill all nearby enemies for a fee, and the Witch, who will heal you for a fee. There are lots of things that are done for a fee here. And there are also little areas of the map which you can go over to and actually meet some of the people who backed it on Kickstarter. Yep, if you paid enough, you could actually be in the game in the Kickstarter area. And some levels have a little island off to the side, which you can get to if you have things like Icarus rings or rocket skates or speed shoes or something like that. And you can go over and have a chat to some of the backers. And you can play as ToeJam, Earl, Letitia, and the other characters. Or you can play as old school ToeJam and old school Earl, who are modern variants of the original characters from the Mega Drive days. So all their original clothings and kind of design just brought up to date with the art style of the new version.
Ew.
And it's dirt cheap. It's about 15 quid on the PSN. So it is highly inexpensive and well worthy of your monies. And so, Mr. Xavier, when we meet again, we shall have to play this a lot for the gaming channel and just see how it stacks up against the original. Because
Yes.
I've been thoroughly enjoying it. I've been playing it single player for a little bit and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been fighting for my time with Kingdom Hearts and being ill. And I haven't done much gaming over the last few days. So,
Well, I don't know, you have a bit when you've been up at mine.
yeah, well, yours. But like I said, I haven't done too much, especially on my own, because I've just been busy being ill and high as a kite. But yeah, I have played a little bit with Echo, but
We've just played what Amplitude and Rocket
yeah,
League.
Amplitude and Rocket League. Because, you know, love a bit of Rocket League, if I can get my greasy hands on it.
Indeed.
And so, in fact, now, Mr. Xavier, since Echo does have Rocket League, we should all play Rocket League together one day. All on Discord and stream it, because that'd be fun.
And also maybe Sparky if we can convince
Yeah,
him.
get us back in there. Oh, or if any of our listeners has Rocket League as well and
Yeah.
wants to join us. Because we can, now it's cross-party, we can set up private rooms and things where we can then go and make a party and horribly lose to everybody online. Well, I'm saying that, myself and Echo, when actually playing around Echo's place, we did actually win a couple of online matches, didn't we? It was
Yeah, we did actually, yeah.
it was quite spectacular to see. It was very nice.
I've played a few more online matches on my own.
Yeah,
Well, I say on my own, whilst I was there on my own.
yeah.
And I've been winning a few. And,
It all depends on your teammates.
oh, it does, very much so.
Yeah.
I had some that were right twats.
Ah, charming.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and yeah, with that spirit of competition thing, this is one of the things that makes ToeJam so good. Is because, you know, it is cooperative. You are all there with the same mission. You all have to work together to get your ship pieces, to use presents wisely, and to make sure that everybody gets into each end of level elevator safely, so we can move up to the next level. Oh, and you'll be happy to know, Mrs. Xavier, that the cutscenes between levels are back.
Yay!
So, in Elevator Madness returns.
I do like that. It's a great way of cutting up the transitions and loading screens. Because it's like you can now put lore and things and like that into it, or just have jokes and fun,
Yeah, jokes and
which
fun
is
for
kind of
what's there.
needed.
And it's like, oh, Hedgie's returning. Trying to slyly creep in, being all on camera and shit. Hello, Mr. Hedgie, how are you all?
Hello, Hedgie.
I assume you finished broadcasting.
No!
No,
Really?
you're walking right through the middle of it.
Oh, good God. 25 past. You should be finished by now.
Yes, but we're not, so there.
Why?
No.
We overran.
By this long?
Yes.
Yes, by this long. And we started on time.
Yeah,
My God, what the hell happened?
we got talking.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So yeah, dash through, Hedge, dash through. Dash
Yeah,
through
it's
if you're
fine.
going.
Oh, you know, dash through.
There he goes.
There we go.
Yes.
Hyper-professionalism.
Specifically when, you know what, on Warcraft, by the time I get that, that'll be done.
Yeah. Never mind. So yes, that was pretty much me finishing actually. ToeJam and all back in the groove. So yeah, a very worthy game, and I highly recommend that everyone who likes roguelike games or anything in that kind of genre.
The thing I liked about it was also the credits and the fact that you could actually
Oh yeah, you could fly through the
fly
credits.
through the credits back and forth and up and down
and see all the backers.
yes, including yourself.
Yes, I'm a backer in this game.
Of course he is.
You can search for Thomas TK Tiger King in the credits and you shall find me. I am there to be found. In fact, I put a screenshot of it on Twitter, so if you follow TigerTails Radio on Twitter, at TigerTails Radio, have a look and you will see a picture. In fact, I might have it available to show off now. Do I have the picture or did I? No, I think I did it straight from my phone. I don't think I put the picture on my PC. I didn't. Okay, fine. But yes, it is there and it is available, as they say. So yes, if you haven't already got a copy of Toe Gemino and you're not sure if you might like it or not, it's only cheap. Go and get it and just have a try. I mean, you can on Steam you can get refunds anyway. So if it's really not for you, just get refunded. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. And it is online play as well as local play. So there is really no excuse. I've got no friends. You can join a match and play with other people.
Indeed.
And multiplayer is the best way to play. It's fun single player, don't get me wrong. It is a good game single player, but multiplayer, especially couch co-op, is what I would personally get the best out of this game. It is very much a couch multiplayer game. Any more for anyone? Speak now or we will close the show.
Nope, that's pretty much it.
In that case, we will close the show. Cosmic's in the channel. So we probably should have done the Sunday because Hedge could have done the variety show. Why do you think we picked Saturday? Never mind. But yes, that was Hedge. Do you want to say hi to Cosmic?
Oh, okay.
Hello. There's Hedge.
Oh, is he actually speaking?
He's on channel.
Hey!
So yeah, he's around. So yeah, on that note, we shall end the show. So it is a good night from the Hedgington since he's here.
Good night, everybody.
It's a good night from the Xavier.
Good night, all.
It's a good night from the Echo.
Good night, everybody.
And it's a good night for myself, TK. Thank you very much for watching or listening to this episode of TigerTails Radio. We shall return next week with more shenanigans, more fun, more Jackbox gaming, more review of the week, gaming news, and maybe some more done and dusted. You never know your luck. But until then, it's night, everybody. Night.
Night.